Could you just help us understand?
Can we just wait and do questions after, give everybody a chance to make a statement?
Sure. Just on a tight deadline, so I apologize. I may have to cut in or cut out.
Good afternoon. I'm Commander Mike Schoonover. I'm the Response Chief at Coast Guard Sector Puget Sound. The Coast Guard serving as the Federal On-Scene Coordinator for this response, working in the Unified Command alongside the U.S. Navy and the Washington State Department of Ecology. And while we regret any impact that the spill has upon the waterway or the fisheries, rest assured the Coast Guard is working, again, alongside the Navy and Department of Ecology to put maximum effort forward to both clean up, contain, and recover all the product that was spilled into the waterway.
Hi, David Byers with the Washington State Department of Ecology. As soon as we were notified of the spill, we activated the Northwest Area Contingency Plan, which outlines how federal and state response partners respond and form unified command in a spill like this. We did form unified command with the Navy and the U.S. Coast Guard and implemented a rapid, aggressive, and well-coordinated response to this. Part of that is implementing what we call our geographic response strategies, and those are outlined in our plan. They're pre-planned strategies which detail the most sensitive environmental areas of the Hood Canal area as well as other parts of the state, and they outline the protective strategies that we can put into place to protect those sensitive resources that are in jeopardy of a spill. The resources for this spill that are at risk include nesting raptors, we've got wintering waterfowl, we've got sea lions in the areas, and we also have spawning forage fish. So our protective strategies are in place, designed to exclude oil from their habitat areas so that they're no longer at risk. We've got shoreline assessment teams out right now, canvassing the shorelines and looking for shoreline impacts, and so far we haven't found any impacted shorelines with residual oil. We've also got an excellent volunteer network affiliated with the University of Washington. They're our coast team that's in their predetermined areas looking for bird impacts, and the coast team is the Coastal Observation and Seaboard Survey. They have not reported any bird impacts from their observations as well to date. In case there are wildlife impacts, we do have the Washington State Department of Fish and Wildlife heading up the wildlife branch, and we're prepared to go out and do reconnaissance, collection, and treatment of any impacted wildlife, and we don't have any to date. If the public does see any wildlife impacts, the best possible care they can provide to those is by calling our 1-800-22-BIRDS hotline. We'll have trained wildlife experts out to collect and rehabilitate any potentially affected animals as a result of the spill. The Washington State Department of Health has issued a precautionary recommendation against harvesting and eating shellfish in an area of Hood Canal 2 miles south of Subbase Bangor and Hood Canal extending north up to the Hood Canal Bridge. That's not a shellfish closure. They're just issuing that as a precautionary measure. There's no evidence that shellfish have been impacted or contaminated as a result of this spill. The Navy's really done a good job implementing the correct equipment out and responding rapidly and aggressively, deploying the right equipment and putting the right personnel on this, working very well with the other agencies involved in unified command to respond to this spill effectively.